Good afternoon. Today's Saturday, May the 5th, and they have the walk they do around the Roxbury area through Nubian Square. We're going to see if we can show you them doing a little bit of walk out here.
I love to be honest.
2012.
It doesn't work. Right? Like,
Carmen has probably seen it. The owner is inside. This is our first woman-owned smoothie bar in Roxbury. And hopefully she's here. She's not here. Okay, well that's okay. And right across the street from Orchard Gardens. And she is trying to promote and flourish her business. And we are promoting her. And so we actually just met her when we did our walk. It's been here, but we didn't know it was woman-owned and BIPOC owned, so we're excited about that. Yes. So, and it's in a new building that is managed by, I believe, Trinity Management as well. So this is our smoothie bar.
And are they who are building all this?
this is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
laundromat.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely pop in when you get a chance. Support this small black woman-owned business. She has great smoothies, a little something for everybody. So please make sure you support whenever you can.
And for those folks, I'm sure everyone knows this is where New Edition grew up, so everybody should probably know that. This is the housing development that they grew up in, and they send their hellos as well. So,
All right. So, oh, sorry. All right, so we're going this way.
What'd you get? What kind did you get?
This is what's left in the pie factory.
You do a lot of walking, I notice.
Okay, they preserved the Berwick name. What was the name of the
Blair's parking lot?
barber that ran the other end of the building?
Ah, good question. This used to be the old Blair's right here.
Yeah, this they refer to this as the Blair lot. Still.
Glare lot right there.
Is it town owned or city owned rather?
City owned. It should be city owned.
They're still looking for somebody to bid for it and develop it.
Okay.
That used to be the old Gray Line bus station over there. Yeah, it used to be another. You're right. It used to be another building there. You're correct. I used to live right across the street over there. Back in the, well, we're going back some time. So that used to be old Harrison Supply.
Yeah.
This used to be the old surplus building right at the corner.
What was on the corner?
It was a surplus building at one point. They used to give out surplus food.
Oh, right.
That was, I don't know, 50 plus years.
I gotta get a tour of this facility.
Let me know. I'll go in there with you.
Gotta get a tour of this facility one of these days. I'm just not in this neighborhood enough to find out.
I think Aisha is still the CEO of Benjamin Franklin. I think. I have to reach out to her.
And the Roxbury Torrent.
This is where I come off. I have to go for another meeting.
First firefighting pumps that
First firefighter pump.
fighting engine.
All right. So this is the fire station and Roxbury's only burial ground and one of the oldest burial grounds in the city of Boston. I'm gonna read the plaque because it's similar to my notes. So, this land was designated for the Eustace Street Burying Ground in 1633. John Eliot, members of the Dudley family, and other prominent Roxbury citizens are buried here. The wall around three sides of the burying ground was built in 1856 of Roxbury puddling stone. Oh, thank you, sir. I should put glasses on. All right. Around 1859, the town built this area's first fire station on the fourth side of the cemetery. The building housed Hook and Ladder Number 1, a hand-drawn fire wagon. Today, the station is the oldest standing firehouse in Boston. Yes.
Dark bus.
Oh, that's my notes. All right. All right, yeah. Did you want to add anything to this? Okay. All right. That's it for the.
You want to add anything that you know about the historic Boston stuff? You seem like you knew a little.
Just that it was in such disrepair that it had steel girders that were keeping it from falling down until it was shored up and renovated and repaired. But it came out beautifully. I mean, it's so historic. I just love this building. It's one of the most unique in the city. But I was mentioning with Brendan too on the walk, the Benjamin Cummings. What is it? They renamed it Franklin Cummings. It was the former Benjamin Franklin Institute in the South End that relocated over here with the opportunity to occupy a space that was sold on that corner, that parcel of land, to try to bring students over here and potentially draw local youth to attend the institution and breathe a little life into Nubian Square, and also improve Eustace Street. You can see when we walked up the way they set the building back to create more space. As you can see, it's a little narrow here. So they set the building back so the pedestrian experience would be improved and safer. And across the street, it hasn't happened yet, but on that space that you see that's semi-vacant, there are plans for a mixed-use project. It's very rooted in Nubian Square and Roxbury community with the development team. It's called the Nubian Ascends project, and it would have artists live workspace. There would be a public market that was planned, office space, residential units, just a true mixed-use development called Nubian Ascends. It's been in the works for a few years, and hopefully it will come to fruition someday. And then they would improve the other side of Eustace Street. Similarly, they would set back and create wider sidewalks and ramp system and safer crossings, things like that. So we're hopeful that that project, gets through some rocky financial times and gets built, and we can improve Nubian Square for the neighborhood as well as for pedestrians and cyclists and everybody else that's traversing Eustace Street and Washington Street. So thanks for the mic, Brendan.
And what do you look? What's the name again of that housing complex that's so big? It looks
Orchard Gardens. It was Orchard Park historically.
and it's run by a private corporation.
I think it was one of those Hope 6 projects, potentially, maybe. I think it was a Hope 6 renovation, like one of those the public housing redevelopments from years ago. So it's probably a public-private partnership, kind of, for maybe mixed income. So
And when you look over there, are you looking at that new building or the stuff on
the vacant,
between here and there?
the parking area is where.
Right here, the black.
Yeah, behind that fence, and that building would stay. The brick building.
Would say.
The old
That
Blair's
would,
lot, right?
the Nubian Ascends would be built around those existing structures, and filling in the space where the parking area is, and a garage would replace the surface park. So Nubian Ascends.
Tell
Hopefully
everybody
coming
what that
soon.
building, what used to be there years ago.
That was before my time even. It was
It was
probably
Blair's supermarket.
The Blair lot. That's
Yeah.
right. That's where the name comes from. The Blair lot. Ascends.
No, the parking lot is, where the parking lot. Yeah.
Ascends. Mixed use. And it's quite a project. We hope to see it happen. It's locally supported, and the investors are local.
Is the Berwick Factory building part of the set?
I'm pretty sure that those two buildings that you see, the brick structures, are staying, and they would be incorporated into the design and the footprint.
Yeah.
The structure would work around them.
You're good. Okay.
Cornfields is still here. They've been there for years. This is where Tropical Foods used to be, right there. Highland Tap to my right, now called Agas. Sorry, to my left. I'm saying to my right. I was facing the other way when I said it, but Eustace and Washington Street.
And then the next week was school vacation week in Massachusetts.
Right, yeah, and we talked about like active storefronts, and I was thinking about doorways too. Like, to me, it's going to be active. Yeah.
The Haley House.
Yeah, they moved it into the ground floor of this new proposal.
Yeah.
I can't even believe like it's
Brendan?
Yeah.
same place.
Oh, there he is.
Hi.
Yeah, there it is.
I don't know why I was looking back.
That's fine.
We want to talk a little bit about Haley House?
Sure. Great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got the mic right here. Yeah. No, I don't have that much history in my head.
Who knows great?
Whatever you got.
Well, it's a new location.
Yeah, they're moving. They're getting a new location.
I would say that Haley House does a lot of work in the community when it comes to Christian reform programs, but they have wonderful vegetarian. Haley House has wonderful food if you're a vegan or if you're a vegetarian, and they do a lot of work rooted in volunteerism in the community. They've been around forever, and they're an institution. As a matter of fact, Haley House is actually known for giving food to kids in the community that might be hungry. They'll come up and say, hey, I'm hungry, I need something to eat, and they'll give them a bowl of soup. And I believe that's what they're known for, their bowls of soup. They had a lentil soup that was to die for. So my experience with Haley House is volunteering with them and being a part, and them being a fixture in the community. And they're growing, as you can see the new location, or I believe the new location is in front of the old location. But they're expanding, and they're actually doing a lot more partnerships with local organizations and local communities. So it's a wonderful institution that I think that everybody should visit when you get an opportunity to.
They actually started in the South End and were a program for the homeless, a job training program in the South End. And I don't believe the actual Haley House was. I think it still is in the South End. But then they've really found this niche of training folks in the culinary arts and promoting healthy eating and nutrition.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we're going straight to approval.
Well, they were very active on one of the community gardens in the South End.
Everything good.
Do you want to talk further about any of that?
Well, what I was mentioning is catch on and get the velocity, get the money going.
Well, the overall impression is that, downtown Springfield, it doesn't have even this amount of vibrancy. Western Massachusetts. They hate Boston.
The storefront is
Hate Boston.
not open.
Do not mention
So, before I duck out and run down Ruggles Street and try to catch a train at Ruggles Station, I just wanted to give everyone an update on what I had mentioned earlier, Nubian Square Phase 2 reconstruction of the streets. We all got to see the section Phase 1 around the library, and where we talked about the cycle track and the rain gardens and those lovely pedestrian scale light street lighting units that Charlotte was kind enough to remind me of, where you have the acorn and then you have a secondary arm of the street light that illuminates the pedestrian side, not just the vehicles in the roadway. So you get, as a pedestrian, you get illuminated on your walk as well. So Phase 2, the scope is from where we're standing, Ruggles Street and Washington Street, and we'll rebuild this intersection in front of the bowling building, all the sidewalks, all the roadway, pedestrian signals, traffic signals, forest pavement strips, green infrastructure incorporation, street trees where we can add them, new street lighting where it's needed, drainage, things like that. All the way up Washington Street, with new pedestrian crossings, new traffic signal. Same with Warren Street. So we're going to go, all the streets around the bowling building will be reconstructed to Dudley Street, including on Dudley itself. We'll finish construction of Washington Street and Dudley, and then we head west and we rebuild Shawmut Street and Malcolm X Boulevard intersection. And then on the other side, on the western edge, we capture reconstruction of Harrison Ave and Dudley Street too. And kind of, just in a nutshell, it involves, in terms of what we want to see and what everyone here wants to see, is like curb extensions, right, to shorten crosswalks, new pavement markings, signal equipment, everything that we can do to make things safer and more accommodating for pedestrians, cyclists. We had bike lanes. Forgot to mention that. Cyclist union over here. I mean, come on. Yeah. So yeah, make it more multimodal. Make it more appealing for everybody, not just motorists.
That's a good question. You mentioned crosswalks. I keep hearing from Nick Gove that we're going to start doing raised crosswalks, which in an area like this, where you can see how fast people are going, but it's a heavy pedestrian area, I would love to see more raised crosswalks. All of the,
we'll have raised crossings for all of the intersections, heading linear raised crossings, but on Washington Street, you will have an elevated kind of, it would be like a raised intersection almost, up further at the bowling. Right, kind of like what you can see it's a little bit raised here, right? So you have that similar kind of design. And they will be all raised along the linear edge as you walk. Right. The crossing itself, some of these streets are raised crossings with the buses and things like that. Where we can't do it, we'll do it. On Washington Street, you don't have enough space for we're gonna be able to start the cyclists with the space that we got. Attaboy.
So you think that's a leadership issue? Like, you think
Sorry,
it's
yeah, thank you for the kind words earlier.
How you doing today?
Okay.
Any more flyers to pass out this week?
Flyers?
Yeah, usually you have a bunch of flyers to pass out.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow?
We're gonna, senior citizens are gonna spend the day at the State House.
Okay. Gotcha. How you been otherwise? Doing good?
Interesting repurposing.
Yeah.
Look at this crosswalk here.
Uh-huh.
One end has got a ramp, the other end doesn't.
Should be a ramp right there. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. there isn't even a paintbrush been used over here.
So you get off the ramp here, you can't go nowhere over there.
Yeah. There's no other end.
You should tell those guys that are over there on Amory Street. They work for the city of Boston. They're mocking up the ramps over there. I might do a video of that. You should tell them that.
That ramp was put there when the school committee moved in here.
Uh-huh.
And that's 20 years ago.
Correct.
So the other half of that has been delayed 20 years.
Nubian Square Farmers Market. It's the newest farmers market in the city. It was established 4 years ago. This will be our third year inside of this building. It's our first year right in front of the public library. So if you know anybody who lives in the community, anybody who wants to vend in the community, anybody who wants to volunteer, please send them along. The market runs on Saturday, starts July 11th this year, and we run all the way to the end of October. So every Saturday from 11 to 3. And the market is really for folks that that may not have, the funds to buy fresh fruits and vegetables. With this market, everything, we have nothing that's over $4. So organic stuff, we really try to make sure that everything that we have is affordable for everyone. We are HIP, we are SNAP eligible, so please send folks on every Saturday from 11 to 3 p.m.
And the Jazz Cafe there apparently is, how come it hasn't opened?
We've been asking the same questions. We've been seeing them. Last summer they were here, and they kept saying that they were going to open in September, but it seems like there's something happening and they haven't opened yet. September of last year, of 2025, and so we're hoping that they'll open again this year.
Were they ever open?
No, not yet.
Well, thanks everyone. We're actually ending our walk up here at Papa B's. May, who had to split off from us, already pre-ordered a bunch of food. So we'd love you to join us. Grab a bite to eat, maybe grab a drink, keep the conversation going. But thank you all for joining us. This has been wonderful. So once again, we're Walk Massachusetts and done this in collaboration with the Boston Cyclists Union. And thank you all for being here. So, yeah, for sure. So,
I've been checking it out. Definitely differences.
yeah. Excellent. Okay, let's continue on. Let's have a bite to eat, maybe grab a drink. And, keep the conversation going. Loved your email. Loved your email. I forwarded to our staff today. And I was like, I saw Jack trying to, we should look at these options.
So, yeah, a lot of when I mean, around election season, I help with, like, getting flyers and things out for looking like.
I bet there's not a crosswalk you haven't.
Central Boston Elder Services, so they probably had to do it.
I bet there's not a crosswalk you haven't seen in the city of Boston. I bet there's not a crosswalk you haven't seen in the city of Boston. Because every time I see you, you're walking somewhere.
Oh yeah. Moving my joints a lot.
I hear you.
This one keeps changing its name.
Yeah, it does.
It's the bus station, yes.
He's happening.
A lot of people host events.
It's been a while since I've been here.
I love being here. I'm just at home. So. Let me ask them.
And it so it was really nice. They could sit. We have very interesting.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So it's been really helpful. It's been really great. We're looking forward to coming back again this summer.
What's your name?
I was like,
yeah, no, I was confused because, but it's fine. It's only,
it's like a fraction of time.
I didn't say that.
You're like, I only have my own design.
Yeah, no, it's just, I was asking for help on the side. Oh, great.
And salad, and if your tummy is hungry for more, you may also go to the front and place an order.
Thank you.
So she said they got catfish nuggets. What she say? I missed it.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Wings and salad.
It's okay.
I worked with another one.
Try it out. Let's see what they have over there. Get a.